So this section is all about light and gels, because you can work with color, also with light. I have a little setup here in my studio with 3 lights. I've got a normal reflector on the left, a normal reflector on the right, and one goes to the ceiling without any color or reflector. So this is just an ambient light, and I can mix these 3 lights to show you some stuff. And also I bought an ass full of gels. So let's start with the primary colors. The primary colors are very interesting. So this is only one red strobe on the left strobe. So one red gel on the left strobe. And if you have a look at the info panel here, remember here info panel has the numbers of the 3 channels. This is important. Have a look at it. You only have informations on the red channel. So there is no green and no blue. If I go to the channels here, I got a black and white image here on the red channel. I got a fully black and a fully black image on my green and blue channel. So all together, no blue, no green, only red gives me only red image. This is very important. So the same goes with green. So I got no informations on red and blue, and the same goes for blue. Well, blue, however, the gel is probably blocking not everything from the green, so there is a little bit of green left. But, well, I don't care, never mind. Then I switch to secondary colors. Let's put this on for a second. So there is one yellow light. No light from left, no light from the right, and no ambient light. I got a cyan here, and if you have a look at the channels or at the info panel, you got informations on green and blue channel, but no informations on the red channel. Magenta, however, doesn't have information on the green channel. It only has information on red and blue. So now it's getting interesting. We are mixing them. Let's jump to the negative colors. So negative colors means this is the opposite side of the color wheel. So the negative color from red is cyan. So I have a red light, I have a cyan light, and what I get where they intersect is white, because cyan is mixed of blue and green. Red is a primary, it's not mixed of everything, but if I mix red, blue and green, I get white. So this is the reason why it's white in the middle. If I mix yellow and blue, this is a very good example because this is nearly pure white, so this is a very good example. And if I go to green and magenta, well, green and magenta, as you've seen before, the magenta is not purely magenta, is more reddish. So if I mix a little something that's more in the red than in the magenta and green, I get this yellowish reddish tone here in the middle. Means this is orange. Yeah. Let's jump back to blue and yellow, because this is a very good example. So the blue is really pure blue gel, and the yellow is a pure yellow gel, and what I get is white. The shadows, however, are colorful because the shadow block the other the negative color from the other strobe. So this yellow strobe from here get blocked from the ping pong ball. And so that's the reason why I only see the blue from the from strobe sorry, on the left side. So if I switch to the blue one here, you can see this is the same blue as this one. So yeah, the negative colors. So let's mix a little bit more. Let's mix red and green, 2 primaries. So if I mix red from one strobe and green from the second strobe, I get a yellow. And this is exactly what I do here. I get something that is very, very yellowish. If I mix green and blue, I get the cyan mix. Is also a very good example because it's really working very well. If I mix blue and red, I get magenta. Nice one. So, important is you have always to imagine that gels are built to block some parts of the light. So if you have a red gel, it blocks basically blue and green out of, so you have only red left. So it's also not possible to use, I don't know, a magenta and, well, it is possible to use a magenta and a yellow gel to build a red. So because magenta blocks out yellow, green, and cyan, and yellow blocks out magenta, blue, and cyan, and what you get is red. So if you have a magenta and a yellow gel, then it will work. You will get a red gel. So you can try it. It's amazing. So let's mix two secondary colors. This is also interesting. If I mix yellow and cyan, so one strobe yellow, one strobe cyan. Yellow is made up of red and green, and cyan is made of blue and green. So what I get is actually 1 part blue, 2 parts green, 1 part red, right? So what's missing is magenta. What I get is a little tendency to green. That's why it's greenish here. Let's mix cyan and magenta. I get the same thing. 1 part red, 2 parts blue, 1 part green, so tendency to blue. And the same with magenta and yellow. Magenta and yellow, 1 part blue, 2 parts red, because magenta, 1 part from magenta, 1 part from yellow, as 2 parts red, 1 part green, so tendency goes to red, and that's the reason why it's reddish.